Starting with board committee reports and information items, I'd like to first ask our high school representative to give us her update.
Hi, good evening. Yesterday, while the sophomores and juniors took their PSAT, all of us seniors got to go to senior seminar. And it was a lot of fun, especially because we had two guest speakers, one in the beginning of the day and one at the end. And I think the first guest speaker was Mr. Matt Bellis, and he was talking to us about substance abuse, but not in the stereotypical way of you shouldn't do it, this ruins you. He's a stand-up comedian, so he brought the element of comedy to it, but he gave us like personal anecdotes about himself, about his brother, who was a case of substance abuse, and it was really funny to see how he put it, like his wording and the way he got his point across to us. He talked about things like natural highs, which is like laughter and support from your family and friends, as opposed to turning to alcohol and drugs. So, and it was a great way to wake us all up for the half day. And after that, all of us seniors got split up, and we went, worked on our college essays or went to Navians. There was also a mini college fair in the cafeteria. We had a big one like in the beginning of the year where a lot of the colleges were there, but this one was a little smaller one. But we had NJIT there, so there were a lot of students around that table. But it was cool to see, to like get motivated even more in the middle of our college application process. Next week, when we have parent-teacher conferences, EBHS is having our Spirit Week. So on Monday and Tuesday, we're having penny wars between the classes. So there are jars for each class, and you must only put pennies in your class jar. And if you want to sabotage the other class, you can put like dollars and nickels and quarters, and all the money goes to the prom bids for the winning class. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, we have a scavenger hunt in the classes between each between the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And each class competes to finish a scavenger hunt before the other class. And the winning team again gets points to their prom bids. And on Friday, we have our pep rally. And with our Spirit Week, the class of the EBHS class councils and the student councils work to create a schedule for dress-up days. So on Monday is Fangirl and Fanboy Day, where you dress up like with your sports jersey, or like your favorite band or favorite singer or favorite YouTuber. On Tuesday is Patriotic Day, so it's red, white, and blue. Wednesday is black and neon, so you dress up either all in black or all in neon. Thursday is decades, and seniors are 1920s, juniors are 1940s and 50s, and sophomores are 1980s. And on Friday are our class colors. Seniors are white, I think sophomores are green, and juniors are black. I may be wrong on that. But, and we have homecoming next Thursday. So that'll be a fun event to look forward to. Thank you.
You know you're old when the high school you're trying to help run has theme days featuring the decades of
I didn't hear the 1940s mentioned. I thought the 40s were off the table.
About to volunteer, but you left out the 60s and 70s.
60s and 70s.
Sounds like a great week.
I have a question. I attended a meeting this week where there were several gentlemen from the high school, and I did notice that they all had purple shirts on. Any idea
It
what
was
that was
for
about?
violence awareness.
Ah,
So I think it was on Monday, Dr. Manila tweeted out on his Twitter saying, please wear purple for Violence Awareness Day, so.
okay. I didn't know those colors were
Yeah.
associated with that.
And then we had pink for breast cancer awareness. Sweet.
Yeah, we got some pink going on tonight.
Yeah.
I know, forgive me, I forgot the pink. I've heard your class and the few classes below you, not just yours,
Yeah.
every student, referred to as millennials in training. And I need to say that I think that the millennials and the millennials in training possess such a sensitivity to tolerance and diversity, not seen in a lot of previous generations, and a celebration of that diversity, and a comprehension of what it means to not be tolerant, to not be patient. So I really give you guys a lot of credit, and have a great time next week. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Are there any committee reports or information items from the board? Mrs. Shaw?
I had the pleasure of attending the District Evaluation Advisory Committee meeting, which is where all the purple shirts were. It was led very nicely by Nicole Tibbetts. The overall impression is that we have lots of happy educators in attendance at these meetings. I mean, I never really saw, having been a teacher many years ago, we usually, were not too excited about going to all these various meetings, and you might have actually been requested to be on a committee. You didn't necessarily get to volunteer. But anyway, I really felt that the people in attendance truly care about this topic. Having attended this meeting periodically over the last couple of years, we have really, really made a lot of progress from when the first new evaluation law was passed regarding teacher evaluation to where we are now. I think the comfort level among our teachers and staff is quite high. I learned a great deal myself. I learned about the on-course lesson plan platform that gives our educators an option to share with their colleagues. I discovered that all of our evaluations and observations are completed electronically now. And a great deal of our time was spent discussing the intrinsic relationship between these evaluations and our professional development in our school district. And anyway, I think that our teachers and staff truly look forward to this professional development. I think they are seeing the relationship between taking these classes and the improvement in instruction in our town. So I appreciate the knowledge that I gained. I also found it interesting, and something that I was not aware of, that the Danielson model has now created some special education scenarios that will help give unique feedback to unique situations. So anyway, it was a very worthwhile afternoon, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you. Mr. Phillipsack?
Just two quick items. Last Tuesday, I was at that Pink Out game, and you wouldn't believe how awesome our volleyball team is. They played, Mother Seton, and first two sets, they finished the game. It was really unbelievable to see. They're very, very good. And I did see our administration and our EBA representatives there. It was a good turnout by everybody. The crowd was wild, filled.
It's a very successful game.
It was. I couldn't believe the turnout. The Bear Den, everybody was there. And actually, I wanted to mention that as parent access and Genesis, I'm experiencing, I'm sure like other parents are, when you make that, it's foolproof, but you still get frustrated when you're doing the parent-teacher conferences. Because when you put in, you have all your children, and when you put the teachers, they even stop you from making a mistake on another child. Like, in other words, the time you think you want, it'll stop you from making the same time if you have to go two places. So it's really foolproof, and it's great because they're doing it now in the grammar school where it wasn't there the last time.
Yeah.
So that's where I made my mistake. I made my appointments for Hammersholt, and then all of a sudden, when I made my appointment for Chittick, they said, you can't do that.
You were booked.
I was booked.
Yeah.
And then I just realized, oh, wow, you stopped me from making the mistake on the all around, so.
Right.
It's a great system, and
We're trying to help you.
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Any other items? For the good of the cause, for the board, and then we've certainly, Kurt seems to have started us off with some good of the cause items. Anyone else? Okay. We do have a need for a closed session. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act enumerated exceptions, the board has a need to recess into closed session to discuss the following: EBPSA negotiations update and employee matters as indicated by employees' numbers in the agenda. These items are also more fully described in the closed session resolution included in the agenda. The closed session is estimated to be 30 minutes, after which a public meeting of the board shall reconvene and action may be taken. And I have a motion to recess into closed session.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Dr. Cullen, second by Mrs. Shaw. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried. Thank you and good night.